Dollarism. After much debate and research, the conclusion has been reached on what would cause the dollar to lose world reserve currency status and its eventual demise. So that explains why we, the US, and the world are being fed all these false economic numbers. Propaganda in its purest form for all to hear and second guess themselves as they sit at home jobless, penniless, waiting to lose homes, cars, and facing food insecurity. As our economy is being touted as the greatest, fastest recovery ever. By people who you would normally never see in the news making these insane claims. I mean, really? The Secretary of the Treasury? Out on any and every channel reassuring the sheeple and the world of how great everything is? Every week saying we're close to another stimulus relief bill? We really need it. Wait, you just said we're in great shape. Strange, isn't it? When those at the top talk out of both sides of their mouths. But why? It's allegedly for the people. The reality is to prop up confidence in the dollar worldwide. Then we hear from the Federal Reserve Chairman on the weekly and sometimes daily, which is an oddity. Basically attempts to sugarcoat the situation even though we can all see through his underlying panic. Because in 12 years we went from a deficit of $800 billion to $7.5 trillion. Let that settle in a moment. So in our 232 years as of 2008, we never exceeded $1 trillion unless at war, yet added $7 trillion from 08 to 2020. But everything is okay. The reserve is still adding $120 billion a month to their balance. And yet everything is okay. They really do believe we are mindless sheeple, unable to see the wolves for what they are. The sick part is probably half the population buy into the rhetoric, while the other half live with the nauseum of being lied to on the daily by people that have no reason to come on camera personally to deliver it. They can't leave it to the real politicians or have a press secretary dole out the nonsense in a well-written statement. Still think everything is okay? From 2000 until now, the economy has been on life support, on Fed support, on Treasury support, along with tainted graphs, tainted statistics, and manipulated data. Kind of like there being a minimum of 25% of our population jobless, while being told openly and blatantly it is 6.3%. How can they get to that number? Easy. By not counting those that don't qualify, those still part-time, even if it's only an hour a week, and of course those that have exhausted all benefits. Just to name a few. So you may ask, what is the harm in keeping confidence in the dollar if it's for the greater good? Other than it's morally atrocious? Or that it leaves the unaccountable in a state of destitution? Provides no warning of impending economic collapse? While quietly and maliciously getting the sheep hooked on feeding from the hairy paws of their wolf in disguise shepherds? Which will result in less unrest and disobedience while getting fleeced by the collapse of a currency and subsequent reset. Be independent or become a dependent when the economic train falls off the tracks. Please prepare. Mind, body, and soul. Thanks for watching and subscribing. Please share for the unaware.